and then come here and abduct you or whatever they're doing, okay? Right? But within that distance of 30, 40 light years, the number of star systems is only a few thousand. In other words, I think it's a very safe statement to say that no aliens know of the existence of Homo sapiens. They don't know you exist. So if they've come here just now, you have won the lottery, right? That's amazing. Yeah, they would know there's oxygen in our atmosphere. They would have known of photosynthesis even, more than 1 billion or 2 billion years ago, but they wouldn't know about you. Okay, so what would be the clues for intelligent life? We might find artifacts. This is a very legitimate way, in fact, to look for extraterrestrial intelligence. Keep in mind, the universe is 3 times as old as the Earth. So most of the stars out there are older than the sun. And if intelligence is something that sprouts up often enough, then there are some civilizations out there that are way beyond ours. And they've had enough time to, maybe they visited 500 million years ago, and they said, well, nothing here but these single-celled organisms, but we'll leave something on the moon in case this planet ever wakes up. They can find this and then join our book club or whatever it is they have in mind, okay? Now, they would probably leave it on the moon rather than on the Earth because the Earth has plate tectonics, and that would grind things up. Plate tectonics is a good thing for Peter, for example, but it's, if you want to leave something on the Earth for long periods of time, it's somewhat problematic. Better to leave it on the moon where there isn't too much weather. Good for me, too? Oh, plate tectonics, yeah, I know, there's the carbon cycle, but it's good for us in California because we get instant urban renewal. Right, plate tectonics is good. But nobody has really looked for this. I mean, there are things you could look for. You could look for these kinds of artifacts. You could look for massive astro-engineering, Dyson spheres. I heard a comment this morning about Dyson spheres. These are the hallmarks of a civilization that tries to capture most of the energy output of its own star. And you could see that with a telescope. You couldn't see the solar collectors, but you could see there's too much infrared radiation coming from that star. It's a good thing to do. But the other thing to do is to do what Jodie Foster did in the movie Contact. Anybody see that movie? It's been like 15 years. Right. This is Jodie. Okay, she's down here at a radio telescope, the Very Large Array in New Mexico, which, by the way, has never been used for SETI, but it's very photogenic, as is Jodie. There she is sitting there with her laptop and a pair of earphones. If you had to do SETI like this, you would probably buy a pistol and shoot yourself after 3 weeks, because this is really very boring. It's all done by computers. But the idea is correct. This story, of course, was written by Carl Sagan. Carl Sagan wrote this, I think, 1983, as I recall. And the science is pretty much right in most of the film.